What's going on, YouTube? I haven't updated you guys in a long time, but this is for the beginners, right? So, well, and this is also for myself too, to document this. In order to be successful, you have to be able to grasp whatever aspects of the business are needed for you to make money. So if you are in a business where you need to handle marketing, fulfillment, all of this, you need to focus on all the skills you need to be able to make that happen, right? But also, if you're in a business with limited skills needed, like affiliate marketing, where you only do the marketing side, you need marketing skills. But when you get a business where you need fulfillment, you'll be good at marketing, but not fulfillment. So if you want to make money faster, you want to go for a higher leverage business model where you need little skills. But if you want to make money forever and have a very big business, you probably want to go after getting a cash flow business that makes you enough money to survive and do whatever you want. Then you want to really just pick a very, very high leverage opportunity that can give you a lot of money, and then go all in on the skills for that. Start the business and don't do anything else for 20 years. For 20 years, just focus on one business, take it all the way to the max scale, and that will bring you enormous wealth. So like if I were to start over, I would focus on learning everything about marketing. I would probably just get a job to like have money to buy all types of books, courses, just buy everything and deeply study all of these things so I can build these skills, sales, marketing, and then I would start one business and do that for 10 years. But also depending, because you don't want to waste 10 years. If you get it to a cash flow level where you can afford what you want in life, but that's not the business that is the highest leverage for your life to be spending that much time of your life in, what you can do is you can pivot and do a different business after that one's successful. Don't do it. If something's not working out for you, but it's working out for somebody else, do not change business model. Do whatever you're doing better. It's probably not going well because you suck. That's really what it is. And it's kind of like me being Alex Mosey to myself, speaking to myself, how it used to be, because, I switched business models so many times and that delayed my success. And you have to realize that whenever you're deficient in any part of the business, whether it's acquisition, and there's so many different things that go into acquiring new clients, whether you're doing appointment setting, whether you're doing VSLs, whether you're running ads, whether you're doing content, there's so many different things. And each one of those avenues have built, like, I would say thousands of little details that go into making them all work. And if you just go in and copy someone, you have no idea why these little small things work. And something might be very small, but also very important. And then you look over it because you don't know why. You don't know how important it is. So in the end, you'll end up like not doing what works because you're trying to follow somebody else. And that's why you have to understand the principles. That's why you need to read books. Like, this will help you understand webinars. This will help you understand sales. This one will help you understand changing people's beliefs in marketing. And both of these are marketing, but this is also webinars, and this is webinars too, and this is different mindset and all of that. And and then you want to instantly reinvest as much as possible. And then you also want, like, there's so much stuff. I'm 3 minutes in, but I have a billion other things to say. But I'm so close to everything I ever wanted. Praise God. And I can't wait to show you guys when I do make it happen, because I'm starting to figure it out. I'm starting to figure everything out. But also, trying to remember something else to say. But dream bigger. Yes, dream bigger. If you want $20,000 a month, that is too small. 10x that, and then 10x that. You want $2 million a month. Because you have to understand, as an entrepreneur, you're not going to get paid for your work for a very long time. And at the end of the day, you have to separate what you think versus what employees think. An employee is cool with doing that work because they're getting immediately compensated for them. And it's an equal exchange enough well, it's a good enough exchange for their time to where they feel like it's valuable to them. Now, with you as an entrepreneur, you're going to be doing work for future pay. That's why you have something called equity, which means you take ownership in the upside of the business. You have started it and you are now in control of the finances of it. So if the business does well, all of that is owned by you. You have the equity. So in this, you're only participating in the upside, and there's usually not going to be current benefits to you for a very long time. I didn't make my first $1,000 in profit for 3 years. 3 years. And I want you to understand that, like, it's a very long journey, but you can speed it up by listening to people who've already been through it. I wasted 4 years of my life. I didn't really waste it, but I wasted time out of these 4 years. I was heading in the right direction, but doing the wrong things to get there. So you have to understand, like, you can fast track. Like, if I were like to think about this, I could fast track myself so quickly. Like, if you're starting out, go get, well, it depends on how old you are, but either get a job or get a sales job that doesn't need any training, and they train you, right? Like, if you're over 18, you can do life insurance, and you can sell life insurance and do banging out calls. Then you can use all of your money from your job or whatever it is to buy courses, books, all of that, audio books. What you want to do is you can buy audio books, have headphones on, and then take notes, then go over those notes. And that's how you're going to build the skills and build the knowledge. I wouldn't say just start a business, because you're going to pick an opportunity that's bad because you don't have the context in which to pick a good opportunity for you, right? And then something like Iman Gadzhi, right, where he makes a video where he's talking about these different opportunities and he weighs them out. That's someone with more context giving you an idea, but also he's incentivized for that. So you can't always entrust information that is beneficial to someone. So if I tell you the only way to get successful is to, do something, like, say I help credit repair businesses, and if I tell people, hey, I'm looking at all these different business models, credit repair is the one you need to get into, and I work with credit repair businesses, I'm incentivized to tell you that. So you can't always trust that. But on the other side, you just, like, if I were to fast track, it's like, get the money, buy the books, buy the audio books, listen to them, take the notes, read over them, build the skills up. But you also want to now start be looking at an opportunity, because the main skills you need is marketing, sales, building an offer. So you can listen. I would recommend One to Many, expertsecrets.com secrets, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Think and Grow Rich is more of a mindset thing, but I guess it can help you long term. The Almanac of Naval Ravikant, $100 million leads, $100 million offers, by Alex Hormozi. And you just need to study this stuff. Like, don't just start doing a whole bunch of different things. Figure out the greatest books. Like, look at people who are where you want to go. Look at what books they read or have read, and study those books like crazy. And sometimes it's hard to tell, like, what books they have read, because Alex Hormozi, I didn't know that he read Expert Secrets. He said he read Expert Secrets, this blue book right here. He said he read it like 9 times, and he said he read the older one like 6 times and the newer one like 7, 8, 9 times, something like that. And I didn't even know that. So that means he's where I want to go. He read this book that many times. Maybe I need to read that more. I think he also read a book called Story Selling that I need to get, because, like, there's so many different things. Like, there's so many different nuances that go into success. And when I write my book, I'm going to break down everything about success, because it was a long journey for me, and I know that I can shortcut that path for a ton of people with a book. And the book is going to be crazy. It's probably going to take me like 3, 4, 5 years to make, something like that. But the book is going to be crazy. It's going to change lives. Mark my words, it is going to change lives. Now, if you're watching this and the book is already out and it's 5 years later, yeah, I told you so. But on the other end, just fast tracking yourself, build the skills, figure out what you need to do. Because first you need a cash flow business, then you need a long-term opportunity. So there's a difference between a cash flow business and a long-term opportunity. If you're in a bad situation where you want to make enough money to get on your own and do this and live this type of way, cool. Cash flow business is going to get you there. Once you have built your cash flow business and it is successful in making you a lot of money, not just, oh, I just made a few dollars. Oh, this is starting to work a little bit. Oh, no, scale it, make a lot of money. Then that's when you can have some good context. You already built the skills. You're already successful. And you're saying, okay, should I go into SaaS? Should I go into brick and mortar gyms? Should I go into this? Should I have this, whatever it is, something that you can do for 20 years that's also very high leverage, that doesn't have a cap on your money. Like if you're doing something very so if you're selling Halloween costumes, there's a cap on that. You're not really gonna make as much as if you're doing private equity and you're growing companies and you're doing, you know, bigger things like that. So once you get your cash flow business, you pick a bigger opportunity and then stay on that for like 10 years. And I'm not where I want to be yet. So don't listen to me. This is I'm where I'm going to be. Well, how do I explain this? I'm almost there, but I have so much experience and knowledge, and I'm also successful now, but not as successful. Like my business is doing well, but I'm not doing crazy yet. But like I have the context in which to give you advice on how to avoid the mistakes that I made. And also the knowledge that I'm giving you right now is from other people who are more successful than me, not just from my own understanding. So when I tell you Alex Hormozi said this guy's worth 100 million. So why not listen to him? Right? It's just coming through me. And I'm telling you, like, success is so interesting. I wish I would have watched this video. I wish I would have had this video. I would be so rich right now if I would have watched this video when I first started. I would have gotten a job. I would have immediately had enough money to buy all the books. I would have studied all the books. I would have quit the game. Oh, yes, I didn't speak on that. Quit the game. Stop playing the game. You do not need it. You do not need a PS4. You do not need Netflix. You can reset you have to understand these things are not impossible. It is not irrational for you to think that you do not need these things, at least for a season. And I want you to, because I'm compacting everything and putting them into words, but you dissect every word that I say so that you can really understand, because I'm compacting a lot into it. But you have to understand that you do not need the game. When you reset your dopamine, you will now have fun by working, reading, learning. All these different things are now going to be fun to you. And of course, it's not the most sustainable thing over a long period of time. I'm talking about years and etc. But I'm telling you, you can completely not have like, oh, watching YouTube and Netflix and playing the game. You can do that for a year. And if you're saying you can't, you're addicted. And that's a proof right there. That's proof right there that you need to stop. You cannot, like, if you really want to win, you have to go all in. Like, I had more time than some people to succeed in entrepreneurship, but it took me longer than a lot of people because I went about it the wrong way and I was using my time ineffectively. I didn't know about high leverage tasks and that, you know, it was a waste of time to work on these little details. Oh, I need to get my logo perfect. Oh, I need to do this, but I'm not making any money. I need to go and sell. Sell is the first 100, what was it called? Ready, fire, aim. Read, ready, fire, aim. Read, ready, fire, aim. If I just told you that, that means you need to go read it, buy the book, read it, take notes, and implement. Like, if you want to grow, you need to learn and do. Entrepreneurship is about learning and doing. If you learn but don't do, you're not getting anywhere. If you do but don't learn, you're going to do the wrong things and waste your time. Learn, then do. That is how growth works. And if you want to accelerate your growth, you need to learn as much as possible in the shortest amount of time as possible in terms of building skills, having new knowledge that can be, that is leveraged. Don't learn about something that is not going to help you. Why do you need to learn about quantum physics if you're trying to build a marketing agency? It's stupid. Don't focus on, oh yeah, how do I make the perfect logo? Your logo is not that important. People want to know if you can get them results. And you didn't know that. Probably. You might have. But Like, you have to think about these things. You will not get where you want to go if you don't become who you need to be. It's about identity. You need to become that person. You will not make $1 million until you become $1 million person. And if you make $1 million before becoming $1 million person, you will not keep that $1 million. You need to live by principles and die by principles. Financial principles are what's going to keep that money. And also, God's been dealing with me on that level, because if I am not ready for the money, he's not going to give it to me. Say that, like, if you're a Christian, and the Bible says, like, this is only if you're really following God. This doesn't apply to you if you're living in sin. The Bible says, for those who follow God, all things are working towards your good, right? So it's don't quote me, but that's the general idea. I'm paraphrasing, right? Understand this. God will not give you it if you cannot handle it. You are not going to get that success, that money, if you can't handle it. If God would have gave me $10,000 a month when I first started, I wouldn't have had that much money for a long time. I know somebody, my guy D, I won't say his name, but my guy D, he literally was making $20,000 a month, then blew it all. And me and him have conversations. That's my guy, right? And, we talk about how, I didn't have it, and I didn't become successful during that time span. And he made $100,000 in that same year that I made about $200 doing the same thing. But he knew what he was doing, right? He made I believe he made $100,000 and then blew it all in the next 2 years, I believe, right? And then now he's on the right path. He learned his lesson. So next time his business starts winning, which is going to happen soon, right? At the same path as mine, right? But like, once he starts winning, he's going to keep winning. And I want you to understand that. You need to understand financial principles. Read Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's going to give you some decent things, but also I think Alex Hormozi has the better principles of understanding when it comes to this, right? So like, a lot of people say, oh, invest in stocks, invest in assets. A business is an asset. And I want you to understand that this is the way Alex Hormozi puts in. He's worth $100 million. If you are going to make, say you invest $100,000 into this stock and you make $10,000 a year, you make 10% on that. If you invested that $100,000 into learning new skills and investing in yourself so that you can build your business even higher, that same $100,000 could have turned into information, which could have turned into implementation, which is knowing and doing. So you buy the information, then you implement it. Then that could have turned into $3 million versus $10,000 a year. So it's better to invest in yourself. You need a budget for yourself. And I can't go over everything here because I've learned so much in these years that I can't really just distill it in a short time like this. But I praise God because, like, I'm there, this close. Like, I'm figuring it all out. And I do believe in myself, so I can say this and know that I will be successful with no doubt. But I don't like telling people my business at the same time. That's why I stopped kind of vlogging. But I also want you guys to know the journey. Like, if you want to win, this is what it takes. You need to sacrifice. Write down everything you'll sacrifice for what you want. All the short conversations, all the fake friends, all the games, all of the chasing these girls, all of those different things. Sacrifice them. Put them on the altar for your dreams. If you were to map out a perfect day, if you lived the life that you want, what a perfect day would look like. Oh, you wake up in your multi-million-dollar house on the beach. Then you go ahead and you see your beautiful wife and your kids, and you enjoy your family, and you get to work, and then you do what you love, and then you do this and that, whatever it is. What would you sacrifice for that? I know that you would sacrifice the wasted time. Like, stop worrying about other people's lives. If it doesn't, be selfish. If it doesn't benefit you, don't give it your attention. You are spending too much time focused on other people's lives. What is Jay-Z doing? What is Cardi B doing? What is all? I have no idea what they're doing, but I know what Robert Shai is going to do. You have to understand these things, and if you don't, you will not get what you want. These people got where they were because, you know, they sacrificed the wrong things. They sacrificed their morality, whatever it is. But the successful people that are truly successful, they sacrifice the bull crap for the gold. You can either be in a season of sowing or a season of reaping. If there is an in-between while you're on a come up, you're lost. Remember what I just said. Do not try to reap and sow at the same time. You need to sow. You make your first money. You instantly, oh yeah, I just got this, that, and this and that. What do people be buying? Oh, I just bought a chain, or I bought a nice watch. Who cares? You need to be sowing. Plant those seeds and they will grow over time. But so many people get mixed up because you can't reap and you can't have the life you want because you're having the life you have right now. Meaning that, oh, if you spend this little money here, oh, at the store and on these little snacks, and oh, you spend this money on Netflix, oh, you spend this money on this, you buy some stuff off Amazon, you do this, whatever it is, on stuff you don't need. If you would have saved that money, if you would have stopped being on Instagram, if you would have did this, did that, and focused for a while and sowed and sowed and sowed, you will be able to do all of these things without it mattering. But every time you're doing these things before you're in position, you are sacrificing the life you want. If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes a sacrifice. And I want you to share this video with someone you care about. If you want them to be successful, this is the path. This is exactly what they need to hear. There's so much more that goes into this, but one of the biggest things that I can tell you is everything is figure-outable. You can figure it out. If you desire something enough, you will figure it out. When I was making music and I wanted to put my music on Spotify, there were other people who wanted the same exact thing. They wanted their music on Spotify, and they're telling me, how are you doing that? I figured it out. I wanted it bad enough to figure it out. I wanted to become successful. So I looked up videos on how to become successful, and it led me down this rabbit hole to where I am now. Learning all these principles, having all these skills, dropping out of school, doing all of these things so that I can win. If you want it bad enough, you will eventually have it. That's all I have to say. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, whatever you gotta do. Love you. Bye.